Hi folks, and welcome back to Black Raven Racing. Today we're back in Gran Turismo 3, where we are on race number 6 of the Formula GT Championship, final championship in the game. Today it looks like we're at the test course, so we've won all 5 races so far. See if we make it 6 out of 6. I'll go and do some tuning on the car, and then I'll be back and ready to race. Alright, so tuning has been done, so we can only hope for the best here. See if we can go as fast as we possibly can. Let's go. 25 laps. And there'll be no pit stops here. Oh, it's going to be a long race if this is the standard of control I'm going to have. Let me see if I can grab someone to come along with me. Curious if they'll pit. I would assume not. They'll just run their tyres ragged like I do. Inside. Oh, a little chain of them. I'll take that little extra boost and terrible control. This is going to be an interesting race. Although probably not a very exciting one to watch, I have to admit. Nice if I could just get in the back of one of them and push us along. And cut it down to one opponent, then gives me a much better chance. I'm pulling away, I think. Slowly. Yeah, about 1/10 of a second on each of those. Cornering is so difficult with this controller. It's a very digital feel to it. It just suddenly snaps in. Side again. Oh, just trying to straighten up here, and it's so hard. Just trying to get carefully back up the embankment. This corner's difficult for me. I'll get a nice boost out of it and see if I can actually... I don't think I'll be able to break free though. I think they're just too evenly matched. Swamped, which isn't a problem. I'll keep up with them, no problem. So if I can take this guy and we'll go for a run. Well, we managed it for a little while. Oh. Try to stay in front of him. Not weave around too. I mean, try not to weave around too much. I don't have an awful lot of control over that, unfortunately. You can get away with this kind of twitchy controls when you're driving the RX-7 in the lower power, but when it's a car this responsive, it's so hard just to keep it doing what I want it to do. Again, just the tiniest little touch on the controls and it swerves off to one side. Oh, that was definitely a bit of a movement. Oh, trying not to go into the wall here. There we go. And end up in the wall anyway. Okay, come on, blue. Let's go. Oh, no, still held on to him, just. Oh, and he's gone there. Still, we did well. Probably not enough to get away from them, because they're all probably helping one another quite well. You know, the swerve drops me about 7 or 8 kilometers an hour. Still drifting to the left. The car is pulling to the left slightly, actually. To set it so that it's going right, and then I don't touch the controller, and eventually it starts pulling me across to the left again. So, that's certainly not helping when I'm trying to go in a straight line for most of this race. And here they come again. Always on this corner. This time I stayed in first place. What I don't want is this, coming up to the finish line. That would be a little bit too close. Happily take a little speed boost. And drifting across again. Try to maintain about 360 as much as I can around the corners. So I'm just going to drop a little bit lower, I think. Just really tap steering. Oop. Nice, we're up to 370 there for a minute. Oh. Uh-oh. That was all it needed for them to get past. Well, that was the fastest run of the race. There was a fair bit of drafting going on early on. But I'm no further ahead. After the frenetic action in Rome, this is quite a change of pace. only 77 that time. Just trying to not lose too much speed while correcting my steering. And it's not working. Oh, in this lap we're not in first place as we cross the line. That's the first. The car is really pulling to the left. I suppose it could be the tyre wear, but it's a bit annoying. Just a little bit of side drafting goes on. I was always under the impression side drafting slowed down the other car, but it seems to give me a speed boost, and this car is pulling to the left so much now. Which I guess is kind of good for the corners, but it's not enough on its own. Oh yeah, I see the back left tyre is dead. How will the other cars deal with that? Will they be okay with that? Nobody challenging me this time round here. Oh wow, yeah, a huge pull across, and oh, okay, bye bye. Oh, this is going to be a horrible drive though. This car does not want to go anywhere near a straight line. It's actually, no, not quite. It's almost enough for me not to need to steer around the corner. This makes it very difficult to, makes it very difficult to judge how to steer. Oh well, this is going to be fun. So it's a 22-second gap. If they're going to go in every 7 laps, that would mean if we can hold them off until lap 14, that'd be good. Maybe once all the tyres are worn, it'll start going in a straight line again. So I can't wait for that to happen. Still 22 seconds. They have split into 2 groups. And now the car is just going around the corner without me having to do any steering. It's only on the straight that I have to keep steering to keep it going straight ahead. This is weird. Hopefully that back right tyre will wear soon. Because they are going to catch up with me having to do this, because I can't maintain the same sort of speed that I was before. It's not quite enough still. But, I've actually gained 1/10 of a second. How is that happening? They're still pulling away. I get the impression sometimes the AI just gives up. If you get a big enough lead, it just goes, I'm not going to try anymore. This is just so weird. Car heavily pulling to the left now. If I get lined up straight and then let go of the controller, it just pulls across like that. I'm not putting in any steering input at all. And we're happily going around this corner. Gradually drifting out, so I'll steer a bit now. But it just about holds it. I'm not steering. I'm not steering at all. And it's actually heading towards the inside of the corner. Fascinating. And my tyres don't really seem to be wearing much more. Okay, 9 laps down. 16 to go. See what the time check is when they cross the finish line. .6, so yeah, they're dropping back. Crazy. I broke their spirit. But again, no steering input required at the moment. But eventually, yeah, just a little touch. Oh, which is too much. Oh. Okay. Well, normally when I've got a big lead on the test course, I just speed it up to the end of the race. But this one, I'm actually going to play it all the way through, so grab yourself a coffee or use this to go to sleep. Because there's not going to be a lot of action, I don't think. Chance I might end up lapping them. Ooh. Nope, no pitch for me, thank you. Okay. 40% through the race now. So they're going to be doing 3 stops probably. At least 2. Catching up now. Found their pace again. Or maybe I'm losing mine. My laps have been, again, quite consistent. Not as fast as they were. Oh, the steering is getting a lot harder to control. Actually, back tyres have both gone now. So, it's very slippery at the back. So this might be their opportunity to catch up. Whoa! Because now the car wants to swerve in either direction, depending on which way I pushed it last. Oh. And steering input's definitely proving to be difficult. Oh wow. Yeah, and that's half a second they've taken off. Which is fine. I mean, they can probably take a couple of seconds a lap without any danger. We don't want to make it too close. Cannot get the car to stay straight any longer. Every correction just sends it off to the opposite side. So this is going to be tiring, I think. God. So the gap's down to 19, so they knocked 2.5 seconds off and continuing to chop it. So, I don't really want to be catching up that fast. So I reckon it's going to be 4 more laps until they have to go in again. And I don't want them to catch me in that time. So I need to try to manage this steering a little bit better. So apologies for the weaving, but I cannot, the car will no longer go in a straight line. Catching up a little bit too fast for my liking. Because they'll drop 20 odd seconds, about, it was 22 seconds last time, so assume same again. And if they're picking up 4 seconds a lap, and they will have 8 laps. That's 32 seconds, that's bigger than the gap. So, what? Just about got it straightened up there. Yeah, 16 seconds now. We were, what, 19 at the start of the last lap, so it's 3 seconds we've dropped. Which is, it's probably still more than I can afford. So these lap times have to come in at around about 146. 145 or 146. I just don't know if I can quite get that out of the car now. We'll see. I'm trying my darndest to keep it from going into that wall that it insists it wants to. So a different type of challenge actually this game. I had a race like this before where it's actually the control of the car is the big problem because of the tyres. Still quite low down here. Stay away from that top wall. Should be easier to stay down than it is to come back from that barrier. Probably should do that in both corners actually. Like a tight line. Okay, so we're more than halfway through the race now, which is good. And that was a 144, so that is back into the time area that I'm comfortable with. So it's still possible. The gap sits at 15 seconds, 15.7. It's pulling away again. Oh, and somebody's in the pits. So they're on a 7 lap strategy. No, less actually. That's only 6 laps, I think. If they went in after 7 first time around, they only went in after 6 this time. Front tyres are now looking pretty worn. Managing to get the car to stay more where I want it to be, and we've pulled out a half a second on them this lap, which is kind of surprising. Oh yeah, I was going to hug a tight line, forgot about that. Not that tight though. I guess I must have experienced that tug from a worn tyre before, but I've never really noticed it. I can't recall it anyway. 143, even better. So yeah, these kind of lap times will be safe. started to get the hang of how to keep the car going in a straight line. The tyres aren't really changing now, which is good. Looks like everyone bar one has pitted. So it's probably 8 laps and 7 laps for those ones. But it looks like the other guy's probably doing 8 and 8. Which might mean he does 24, but he might go the full 25. Chances are that's our regular rival. There we go, straightened-ish. Straightened enough. Gap's out to over 17 seconds now. So thankfully, looks like this one is in the bag, because I am definitely not stopping. All tyres are bright red now. So they are done. But they will do another 10 laps. And the lap times are getting faster, which is remarkable. But maybe it's just because I'm starting to handle the control a little bit better. And there he goes, he's in for pits. So we'll probably get a true marker of the distance once he gets halfway round that lap. But we are more than half a lap ahead of 6th place. And I think 5th place might be along with him, so 2 of them are probably not within range for me to catch them, but definitely big gap between them and the others, who are all together. So I wasn't fully paying attention to the gap. It's like 40 something seconds I think now. So after a little bit of a wobble, when the tyres were going off, now that they're fully off, everything seems to have stabilised. It's actually much easier to control now. Just that imbalance obviously was the problem. 41 seconds. I'm happy with that. Oops, oh, that's probably going to affect this lap time, but that 16th lap was faster again than the previous one, so I'm now well within 1 second of my fastest lap, which involved a whole lot of slipstreaming. This one is not as tidy though, so I don't expect it to be quite as quick. So we'll expect to see the next pit stop probably, I don't think there'll be any on lap 19, but probably lap 20. You see the first of them coming in. Lap 19 maybe, but definitely lap 20. And they'll probably just drip in from there until lap 24. But it is very nice to have one of these races that feels kind of like plain sailing. From the moment they went into the pits, that was kind of it. We're out to 42 seconds now, so we're still pulling away. Despite the fact there's 3 of them that should be working together there. They're not able to keep up with me. So 143 seem to be pretty easy to come by at the moment. A few mistakes is still worthy of such time. If I get it totally clean, I guess low 43s. I'm not going to get any better than that without someone to tow me along a little bit. They are slowly catching up. Not so much that it makes any difference though. So nobody stopped at the start of lap 19. So we'll expect to see the first pit stops coming in the next minute or so. We're still closing the gap on the ones at the back, just not very quickly. And I don't think a pit stop's going to be long enough for me to catch up with them. 6 laps remaining. Nobody has come in. I guess actually that's the end of lap 19 for those guys going through, so yeah, end of lap 20 I guess is going to be the first one. Getting myself confused as to when they should be coming in. So yeah, I would expect to see the first one going in when they get to the end of this lap. 42 seconds, although we did have a bad corner there. But we're in the last 20% of the race. Absolutely cruising. And there we have cars in the pits. So we'll catch up while they're in there, and we'll also catch up down that main straight. But by the time we come out of that first corner, that will be them away. We're going to be pretty close actually by the end of this. Can't quite see them. Well, maybe. It's difficult to tell. There might be a pixel there in the distance. But they're definitely too far around the corner for me to see them now. But we'll keep up the pace, and you never know, we might catch them by the end of the race. Will anyone else go in this lap? Question? Yes. Not everyone. Can occasionally see a pixel in the distance, indicating those cars that are in front of us. They're just a little bit too far away at the moment anyway. We're coming up for 3 laps to go. Managed to push the gap out to 43 seconds, but it's about to get a lot bigger. Definitely say I can see them now. Possibly even now. A little bit difficult to tell. quite pleased this is the last time we're going around the test course though. It was quite a dull track to drive, as you would no doubt understand. It's had some occasionally interesting races. A little bit of excitement every now and then. Every lap we're getting a little closer to those guys in front, but not close enough that I can really make them out. I think I'll be able to see them by the end of the race, but I don't think I'm going to catch them. And there he goes into pits. So he's actually going in after 23 laps, not 24. So that's going to boost the gap between us to over a minute. I might have just seen a glimpse of a car going around the corner there, can't quite be sure. But yeah, there we go. Get the proper gap when he goes through the halfway point. Oh, it's careless. But they're all back together, all those other cars. We're coming through onto the final lap. And again, the lap time's been super consistent, all in the 1:43s. And I can definitely see a car in front now. Might just be one. On his own. Oh, I wasn't paying attention to the split time there. I'll get a chance in half a lap, see what it was, because I'll not be waiting for them to cross the finish line. But yeah, there he is. In the distance. Quite clear now. So we're more than half a lap ahead of everyone in the race. There it goes. And it's 1:10 is the gap. So only 33 seconds behind them on the track. And as for the fella in front, I'm about 5 or 6 seconds behind him. But I'm not quite going to catch. But it's been a very successful race. And there we go. First place. 6 wins out of 6 so far. Ah, good. Oh, and my rival came in 4th, or he will have, because I'm not waiting for him to finish. So that's good. That puts us 27 points clear, with 40 remaining to achieve. But we are aiming to win every single race this time around, so I don't really want to do these again. But that will do us for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to see some more, hit the subscribe button. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.